Welcome to the Muslim Viewpoint, a video podcast powered by the national nonprofit media platform American Muslim Today. I'm Maya Gayler, standing in for Rifat Malik. Today we're diving into the first 100 days of President Donald Trump's second term in office, a whirlwind of executive orders, legal challenges, market turbulence, and controversial reforms. From tariffs and immigration to stock markets and Amazon's global reach, let's unpack the facts behind the headlines. Let's start with the big picture. President Trump kicked off his second term promising the most extraordinary first 100 days of any presidency in American history. And he moved fast, issuing more executive orders in that time than any modern president. In fact, he's already signed more than half the number he did in his entire first term, and nearly 90% of what President Biden issued over 4 years. But what has that rapid action meant for everyday Americans? Trump's aggressive tariff policy has once again taken center stage. He rolled out sweeping global import taxes in early April, particularly targeting China. He argues that these tariffs will bring jobs back to the US and shrink our trade deficit. But let's look at the data. The US actually hit a record high in goods imported this January, over $329 billion, and that number barely dipped in February. Despite pausing some tariffs, Trump kept high taxes on many Chinese imports. The consequences? Nearly 3 out of 4 Americans believe these tariffs are driving up prices. A record 55% say tariffs hurt the economy. And nearly 2/3 fear they could escalate into military conflict, especially with China. Stock markets certainly reacted. After an initial post-election bump, the S&P 500 fell as Trump's tariff rhetoric intensified. Markets dropped sharply after the April announcement, though they rebounded slightly when he walked back parts of the policy. But overall, the investor confidence has been shaky, and that matters especially with Amazon and other global retailers facing unpredictable import costs. While not named directly in new policy, Amazon remains deeply impacted by Trump's trade moves. As one of the largest importers and online retailers in the country, the company has faced rising costs due to tariffs, which are often passed on to consumers. Trump's America First trade policy aims to force companies like Amazon to source domestically. But experts warn that without long-term planning, it could result in fewer choices and higher prices for shoppers, and a hit to major U.S. firms relying on global supply chains. The company has been in recent news as it shut down rumors about listing tariffs next to prices on its website. According to an Amazon spokesperson, the idea was floated internally by a team known as the Amazon Haul team, which focuses on low-cost imports. But Amazon says that listing tariff cost was never officially approved. Now, let's talk immigration. The one area where Trump sees his highest approval, 55% on border security. He promised mass deportations and an end to birthright citizenship. While courts blocked the latter, his administration has aggressively stepped up enforcement. Border arrests fell dramatically from over 137,000 in March 2024 under President Biden to just over 7,000 this March. That's a major shift. ICE detentions have also increased with a focus on individuals with criminal records. However, deportation rates haven't matched the rhetoric. Legal challenges and a lack of detention space have slowed Trump's agenda. Critics say these policies are more performative than effective, but his supporters argue they're working to secure the border. So how does the public feel? According to Gallup, Trump's approval sits at 44%, lower than Biden, Obama, or Bush at this point in their presidencies. Consumer confidence, measured by the University of Michigan, has dropped 4 months in a row, landing at its second lowest level ever. That's right, ever. Only 28% of Americans feel like the economy is improving. A majority, 71%, still rate conditions negatively, and 55% say things are getting worse for their families. Wall Street doesn't lie either. While stocks typically rise in a new term, they've stagnated under Trump due to trade uncertainty and fears of recession. Meanwhile, the federal workforce has been rocked by Trump's executive order downsizing government. Over 121,000 federal workers have been laid off or targeted, leading to a massive lawsuit by unions, cities, and nonprofits. The administration argues it's about efficiency. Critics call it overreach. Trump has leaned on Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to implement cuts with little input from Congress, another sign of his go it alone style of governance. So, where are we 100 days in? Trump's presidency remains polarizing. He's taken bold, fast moving action, but not without cost. Tariffs are rattling markets, immigration policies are drawing legal fire, economic optimism is fading, and yet, on border security, his base is standing firm. The next 100 days will be just as crucial. Will Trump double down or adjust course? We'll be back here to track every step. That's it for now. Thank you for joining me on Muslim Viewpoint. If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at AmericanMuslimToday.com. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm Maya Gayler.